and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Wednesday. We are live back in the studio. We're thrilled about it.
It's good to be back, isn't it? With our boy Dino.
Yeah.
You've got a big day planned, Dino.
I'm taking out Swanee's middle boy.
Nature's gentleman.
Nature's gentleman,
How
Kitty.
good.
Kid.
School holidays, of course, are still on, Swanee, so
Yeah.
you're clearly offloading.
Man,
He's taller than me.
could not be happier. He is well and truly taller than you, and he's 10 years old.
Now, you said what choice of food you reckon he'll make.
Yeah, because Dino's taking him out for lunch as
Absolutely.
well. And
Why did
Dino
you-
said, "What do you think he's going to choose?" Okay, I'm going to put it out there.
All right.
I don't know.
And you're not gonna lead the witness with
No.
Kitty later.
No, no, absolutely not. You tell me if I'm right.
Yeah.
If given the choice of anything, he will go Xiaolong Bao.
Xiaolong Bao.
You will be finding somewhere that do a good Xiaolong Bao.
Nam Lungs do Xiaolong
the soup
Bao.
They
dumpling.
actually might.
Wow.
They
But,
might, but it's worth checking. Not every Chinese restaurant does the soup dumpling.
Now, does he have an expensive taste? Because
No.
we know Leo does. But Leo would have you sitting at the flower drum.
Yes.
Absolutely. We're doing business.
Absolutely.
I can't wait, mate. I love that kid. I'll have lots of stories for you guys tomorrow.
That's fun.
I promise.
I'm excited for both of you.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Look smarter these holidays.
With whatif.com, you can book everything for your trip all in one place.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
Make up for missed holidays with What If. It's Aussie for travel. Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
We're talking footy.
Good news for you this morning, Swanee, as a Richmond Tigers supporter. The word's out that Dusty's back in town.
Oh, nice.
Finally, some good news.
Spotted at a gym on Monday, just having a little bit of a workout. In Port Melbourne, ready to roll, Swanee. And there's
I've got a-
speculation he could be a training on Thursday.
I've got a footy question for you.
Yes.
How precarious is it for a team to only be good when they've got that one player there? I know in your heyday, Brisbane Lions, you were obviously incredibly important, but there was a
A
group,
lot of great players.
of
Absolutely.
players. It feels like, and I may be going out on a limb here and showing my lack of football knowledge petticoat, but I feel like the Tigers without Dusty are toothless.
Well, no, man,
What?
that's a big comment. Geez, that'll be all over the headlines today. It's like Caro's arrow.
Swan's prong.
What do you
Swan's
think,
prong.
though? What do you think?
I agree, Swanee. No player in history has ever won 3 Norm Smith medals for best on ground and grand final. So I'm not saying he's the only reason they won the grand finals, but he's a significant part, especially when the Tigers are on the other side of the mountain, it's fair to say, Swanee.
Yes.
Players are ageing. Some of their depth players have been stolen away from other clubs.
Yeah.
So they need Dusty more than ever. Now, in fairness too, Dusty's turned 30.
Yeah.
You know, see, he's north of 30 as well. So you can't expect him to be the saviour, but certainly Richmond's a lot better side.
Yeah.
And a hell of a lot more of a chance of making the finals with Dusty in there than not in there.
Are Richmond an old car being stripped for parts?
A little bit.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. So you can't afford
do
to have
have
their best
Brodie.
player.
Yeah.
Brodie's a star.
Brodie's a star.
So that's good news, Sonny.
Yeah.
It'd be great to see him back because,
It
you know,
would.
it would have been difficult, you know, grieving the loss of his father. Probably didn't have time to really grieve it. He was in the midst of a heavy pre-season, Swanee.
Yeah.
So he's taken time away. He's gone up to Sydney. So hopefully he gets back to doing what he loves.
Agreed.
It might be part of his therapy.
Watching the Tigers play without Dustin Martin is like watching In Excess with Terence Trent D'Arby in the lead role.
That is a great analogy. I love that, Swanee.
Thank you.
I can relate to that because I love In Excess of band. Another player that's taken personal leave, Lockie Hunter, the Western Bulldogs star. So, Jackie, we'll have to pass on our best wishes to Lockie because, he's just taken leave, personal leave. So he's battling at the moment, which is common, Swanee. So at least the players now, they put their hand up and say, I need a little bit of time away.
that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. And Brad Scott, yesterday, so the umpire dissent has been a big topic, a big talking point where players are waving their arms at the umpires, maybe saying some words, and the umpires are instructed to pay a 50-medal penalty. Now, last weekend's round of games,
I like
Swanee,
it.
some 50-medal penalties were paid, others were not. Now, this is a crackdown for community football, Swanee, because obviously there's a massive shortage of umpires around this country. So they see it as, you know, it's not a great image on the TV, the AFL thinks, for players to be demonstrably are showing dissent towards an umpire.
Okay.
I think it has a flow-on effect. Now, Brad Scott addressed this yesterday, Swanee, because there's a lot of grey areas, and it's up to the umpire's
agree.
interpretation of how much dissent a player shows. Well, this is what Brad Scott had to say. Now, Brad Scott is in charge of football operations at the AFL. So he is the man when it comes to on-field stuff.
Okay.
There may be umpires who decide who've got a thicker skin than others who decide, well, I'm okay with that. But it's not up to the umpires to make the rules. It's up to the umpires to adjudicate the rules. We have a massive responsibility to football at all levels. I think anyone who goes to a community game of football and sees 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old boys and girls umpiring and copying abuse on the field from players and supporters alike is not acceptable. And what happens at elite level flows through to the community level.
Okay, well, that explains it, because I was a bit, this is a nanny state.
Absolutely. So I guarantee you the AFL stay the course on this one. So
He's holding.
He is absolutely holding.
So the answer is just cop it.
Well, just cop it, because
it doesn't. No amount of dissent from the players is going to change your decision anyway.
Exactly right. No umpire's ever changed their decision. And he's saying to the umpires, hey, boys, I don't care how thick your skin is. Okay, if a player shows dissent in any form,
you've got to give them that.
You pay a 50 medal penalty, because it has to be a black and white rule. So there you go. They've put their flag in the ground, the AFL, Swanee. So
a very interesting talking footy,
good
Jonathan.
on you, Swanee.
Ever wanted to offer the team some direct feedback? Well, you can. Shoot us an email at breakfast@nova100.com.au to be part of Chrissie, Sam and Brownie's mailbag. Andrew Lloyd Webber, the Academy, Tony, Grammy and Emmy award-winning composer, has 21 musicals under his belt that you'd probably know, including Cats, The Phantom of the Opera, Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita, School of Rock, and of course Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And that one is at the Regent Theatre from November 10. Tickets at josephthemusical.com.au. Here's Andrew.
Welcome to the show. Showbiz royalty, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Wow. Thank you for asking me.
Now, Brownie's got a question about...
I thought you were about to say showbiz arsehole, Christine Swan. I'm glad you said showbiz royalty. He is a Sir. Now, Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, which not many Sirs around the world. Is there any Sir reunions, or do any of the Sirs have a catch-up once a year?
Well, they do, but I've never been to any of them. I mean, it's... there is something called the Order of the Knights Bachelor, which they tend to be sometimes, but I don't know anybody who's been to them, so I don't know.
Order of the Knights Bachelor?
Yeah, that's what it technically is.
Sounds like a good reality TV show. Do you get a rose at the end?
No, nobody goes there. Well, I do when I'm in the House of Lords, because that's really now where I am. Although it's complicated, but I resigned from the House of Lords, but the title sticks. So technically, I'm Lord Lloyd Webber.
I would turn up just to see.
And that is so difficult to say that I don't recommend it.
I would turn up just to see Sir Viv Richards and Sir Ian Botham, the great cricketers. But I presume you're not talking about House of Lords as in the famous cricket ground.
No, I'm not, actually.
Now, let's talk about Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. This is a dream come true for Melbourne in particular, because we had the longest lockdown in the world.
Yeah, I heard. Well, it was pretty bad in Britain too, but Melbourne seemed to have been pretty spectacular.
Yes, and we are embracing life more than ever. What can we expect from this production?
Well, I'm sure it'll be absolutely great. It's I think it's one that came from the London Palladium. Mm-hmm. I mean, forgive me for being a little vague, because there have been so many productions of Joseph over the years. But I'm sure this is the London Palladium one, which was really, really good. Fabulous choreography. And I think you'll be in for a pretty good time.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, you were a child prodigy. When did you realise that you were different, and why do you think your brain was given this gift?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was always very interested in two things when I was a child. One was art and architecture, and for a long time I thought that was the way I was going to go. But I also was bitten very, very young by musical theatre. And I can't explain that, because there's no history of anybody in my family being interested in particularly musicals. They might have quite liked, say, the old Rodgers and Hammerstein shows, but they weren't sort of something that were being played around my family's house or anything. Wow. So I don't know, I just picked up on it. I saw West Side Story, which was, obviously made a pretty big impression on me.
Did you see the West Side Story film that came out recently?
Yes, I did.
And what did you think?
Well, I liked it a lot, but I'm going to say one thing, which I guess, is that I loved the original movie so much. And I didn't quite understand why there were all these backstories added. I didn't quite understand why Tony had to have had an epiphany because he'd been in jail and had nearly killed somebody, where, of course, in the original and in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, the thing that changes him is love. And that struck me as... That was the one thing I thought, the original movie was better in many ways.
Now, please forgive me for bringing this up because I'm sure every interview has, but I'm not sure if my co-hosts here know about this. When you were recently asked by an airline to provide proof that you needed a therapy dog, you tweeted back, yes, just see what Hollywood did to my musical cats.
Yes. Well, they asked him if the doctor's certificates and things like that. So I replied that, and immediately they came back with absolutely no proof needed.
Is this true, Andrew Lloyd Webber, that you guys are familiar with Tetris and the song from Tetris?
Yes.
Is it true that in 1992 you released this?
Absolutely, very, very, very proud of it. It was a good follow-up to Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny, which we had a #1 with in Britain. And so, I mean, it's great fun. I love pop and I love rock, but you can't do that sort of thing anymore. Nobody's going to go... I suppose you could just do it vaguely, on YouTube or on TikTok or something. But the days of doing silly singles seem to me to have passed.
So, if you got in your car, Andrew, and you put it on Spotify or Amazon or Apple, whatever your music platform is, what genre would be your first go-to?
Well, the thing is that I try not to listen to music in that sort of way. I mean, I hope it doesn't sound silly, but if I want to listen to music, I like to listen to it properly. And I'd either like to go to a concert or I'd like to listen to it at home, where I can hear it properly. So I've never been great in doing something in a car. But, I mean, there were fantastic writers around, and, I mean, I'm a great fan of Ed Sheeran. I think he's terrific. And I'm very fond of Adele's stuff.
See Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at the Regent Theatre from November 10. Tickets at josephthemusical.com.au. One final question from me. The business you're in would have offered you all these opportunities to be reckless and wild. Did you ever have a phase of your life where you sort of went off the rails with partying or anything like that?
No, actually, I think not. Funny thing is that I've always been so keen to get on with the next project or write something else that I've never had really time to do that. I mean, the fun at the moment I have is my wife breeds racehorses, and she had one called Too Darn Hot, which is a stallion who's been down here in Australia, actually. Nobody quite knows whether his offspring yet are going to be champions or not, because none of them have raced, because it was only a year ago that he came here. But it's exciting. I like to go into the races with her.
I cannot believe that, Andrew Lloyd Webber, because Jonathan Brown right here is actually the proud owner of a number of horses. A couple of them are giant idiots, but one in particular...
Good name for a horse.
Yes.
In the boat is winning at the moment, Jonathan.
Absolutely. In the boat, it's probably a Group 1 horse. Snap dance for another Group 1 horse. So we could go to the races together. Good sir.
Well,
that'd be a very enjoyable experience.
Get my wife in here and she can come with you.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, thank you. It's been an honour.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
A Run the Tan is happening.
Yes, it's happening this Sunday. Hey, what a great G-Up song.
Yes, I love this.
Not that we're going to need it, because as you said, it's going to be 19 degrees and beautiful on Sunday morning. Ooh. Around 10 o'clock is when we're going to set off.
Okay, that'd be great. 3.82, I think it is,
3.827, I think it is.
Wow, there you go.
Kilometres.
Right.
I'm getting a Nova 100 gang together, a Chrissie, Sam and Brownie fan group.
Yes.
If you're listening now and you feel like a little stroll with me, how long does it take to do the tan? Maybe 40 minutes walk?
Depends.
Half an hour?
The quickest I've heard, I think Matty Richardson may have broken 12 minutes around there.
Yes.
It's a good effort for a big man.
Definitely
but
running.
He was running. But
He
you're
was
walking,
running. We're
Swanee.
walking. We may even have a takeaway brew in our hands,
Which is lovely.
which is customary around the town.
Which way are you going to go, Swanee? Are you going to go up the steep part of Anderson Street Hill, or are you going to walk down the steep part of
I
Anderson
don't
Street?
know. That will all be revealed, what the path is
Righto.
on Sunday morning.
Perfect.
But if you want to walk with me, we'll cover your registration. You've got to get to the Nova FM win page. So I did it last night. Just to see how easy it was. It's very easy. You just go to novafm.com.au, and then in the top left corner there's a menu, and there's a section called Win.
Yep.
You click on Win, and that takes you through to all the stuff that you can win on Nova.
Wicked.
And
Instagram
and
as
it'll
well.
say Walk with Swanee.
Yep.
For Run the Tan, where it's not just a walk, it's a really important walk. It's raising money and awareness for the mental health charities that you all know and love. Black Dog Institute, Beyond Blue, Lifeline, Are You OK Day, all the biggies. So get behind it, and I will see you there on Sunday morning. It's going to be awesome.
You'll feel great. What a great way to start your Sunday.
Absolutely.
Instagram, our Instagram, or the win page at the Nova website.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Welcome back to your Wednesday. It's 7 o'clock. We are live in the studio, by the way. This isn't pre-recorded. If you're just tuning in now, on your way to work, surviving the school holidays, I think we all need to get out our harmonicas and welcome Sam Pang. Yes!
It works.
Feels right, doesn't
I
it?
think it works.
Well, does it feel right?
Oh.
Well, Mr. Wonderful, the music that you would traditionally come on to, we gave that a good run, didn't we?
It's
Dan?
good.
I think we did.
I like the jauntiness of that.
It's just, because when you
You're a
think of me,
jaunty guy.
you think of, an upbeat, jaunty harmonica, don't you?
That's my issue. That's my issue. The Mr. Wonderful was, self-aggrandizing, which we're used to from you.
Say the
But
word.
this is very jaunty. It's very upbeat.
It's good.
Which
I like
doesn't
it.
really
I want
fit.
you to bring that attitude for the whole show
Oh,
now.
I won't be doing that, not for the whole 2 hours, but it's it's a good start.
I'm putting a bullet in Mr. Wonderful then.
Fine, do it.
Oh, yes. Come out to this hill, Mr. Wonderful.
Just
Look out.
look to the horizon.
Is that a rainbow?
Is it a rainbow bridge?
Go to sleep.
Good night.
Hey, at 8:30 you can win Harry
choice.
Styles tickets.
Harry Styles is coming. Were you so excited? Were you weeping with excitement?
I pissed myself when I heard the news.
That's big. That's big.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissie, Sam, Brownie on Over 100.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Harry. Harry Styles tickets at 8:30. He's coming to Marvel Stadium in February.
Do you love Harry Styles, Swanee?
Yes.
I love, or unfortunately loved, Gilbert Gottfried,
Oh.
who passed away. Like I said, we've had a couple of weeks off, so I haven't seen you. But during the time, there was some big losses.
Agreed.
Like I told, recently Bob Saget went down and Norm Macdonald went down. These are all like legends of mine. Gilbert Gottfried right there as well. So I saw Gilbert Gottfried, if you don't know, actually. Well, younger listeners may know him as the parrot Iago from Aladdin.
Boy, Jafar's gonna be happy to see you.
Excellent work, Iago.
Oh, Jafar, you're too kind. I'm embarrassed. I'm blushing.
I never thought about this, but like that movie, obviously, Robin Williams played the genie, and those two were great mates. They used to do stand up together in the 70s, and that's where they met. They brought together for a classic movie, by the way. Aladdin stands up.
Gilbert Gottfried was much younger than I thought he was.
Really?
How old?
67.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a very young man.
it is a young man. Did you think he was older than that?
Yeah,
though?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, he does seem a little bit.
Wow.
You're going to go through his movies because the standout for me was Lethal Weapon.
What?
Wasn't he in Lethal Weapon?
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Where he played,
I was-
he
yeah, I
played
thought-
the accountant.
That's right, the
Sidney
accountant.
Bernstein.
Sidney Bernstein.
It's important.
with all the parking tickets.
Yeah, that's the one.
Remember,
So you-
Axel Foley walks in with 1 million parking tickets.
He
That's
would have
him.
been 40 years old then, is what I'm saying.
This is
You know
true.
what I mean? Or,
Well, he-
or late 30s.
He skewed old.
It's
Yeah,
important to say that's his real voice too.
yeah.
If people don't know him, his voice was that.
Yes.
It's
I think
amazing.
he's on our show.
Well, he is on our show because you got him on the cameo, Dina. I saw him live at Caroline's in New York, it's like headlining, and
Was
it
he a
was
stand-up?
yeah.
Yeah, one of the
He
greats.
did stand up when
I
he was
didn't know that.
when he was 15 years old. He did stand up for the first time, and then in the 70s and at Catch a Rising Star and all these. Mate, he was
You've got to Google the aristocrats.
So this is the thing, yes. I played Iago and we'll play some other things, but some of the stuff he's most famous for, we couldn't possibly play it in this time slot or actually on commercial radio.
Particularly the aristocrats.
But the aristocrats, if you watch the aristocrats, there's a documentary which is amazing.
Jot that down, big fella.
Oh my God. And then there's a wonderful documentary called Gilbert, which is worth watching. And then, put it this way, there was one time in the old days when comedians, they used to open for singers, Swanee. So he reckoned there was one time he opened for Belinda Carlisle.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Wow.
And then he looked at the crowd. It was, lots of young girls and younger, and he said, I'm not doing my normal act. And he went on to tell some of the how would we describe them? Filthiest jokes he's ever said and was promptly fired. he got fired from opening for Belinda Carlisle. But Dino, he's a big part of our show.
Yeah.
Like you got him early
on cameos. This is just some of.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and this is for Chrissie, Sam, and Browny, and it's being sent by Dino.
Christie.
Smells.
What about this? Is how he described our studio.
Smells like Christmas in this studio, though it smells like tax evasion and infidelity.
So we've got Jokes Aren't Funny coming up.
Yeah.
Dino, I would encourage you to use these if a joke, just for instance, just say it falls flat. Right.
Not funny. Never call here again.
What else?
Or just flat out.
Boo!
we got three options.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a stinker.
Yes.
As a tribute, that's getting a run.
And then I think there's just one more about this is nice because this is about you, Dino.
Thank God a professional is behind the wheel. Great job, Dino.
He said, by the way,
I think Dino was paying him too.
Well,
Did you pay him money?
he said, by the way, about his performance as Iago. Iago was a famous, that's an iconic role that he had. And he said that he got asked how did he prepare for the role as a parrot. Right. He said, I went all De Niro, I went a real method. I moved to South America and lived in a tree. Anyway, that's...
wait. Would you be interested in hearing Gilbert Gottfried reciting Cardi B's WAP?
Of course.
Hop on top, I want to ride. I do a Kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth. Look in my eyes. This is wet.
Okay, that's probably enough.
All right, then. Well, that's okay. I can't think of it.
Oh my goodness.
I can't think of a better way to pay tribute to Gilbert
Is
Gottfried.
that how he opened to Belinda Carlisle?
That's what cost him. Varley.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast. Let's go. Win a brand new Mitsubishi Mirage just by hearing one noise. It's back. Sam Pang's Jokes Aren't Funny.
Once again, why is my name in the intro?
Jack?
Because you work on this show, News Flash.
It's part of...
Got him.
Yeah, well done. I got him.
You don't need to be so inclusive all the time. Like, it's your segment.
It's your segment, mate. Let's go.
Wait, are you saying that Pang's...
Get upset.
You saying that Pang's too inclusive?
Yeah, that's me.
What does that mean?
He gives so much and is so giving? Is that what you're saying?
Well, like every segment, he feels like it has to be everyone's. It's like that was the weekend that was. You're allowed to have your own segment and, like, drive it.
Whoa, a lot of chewed there.
Come on, Jude. Let's go.
Nikki from Luna Park. No, Nikki from Altona.
Whoa, you live at Luna Park?
Oh, I wish. How good would that be?
No, it wouldn't be good. It'd be very scary and
Big
unsettling. Nikki.
I just live in some sort of loony place in my house after time.
Yes, don't we all live at Luna Park in some way or another?
Yeah.
Nikki, what is your joke?
Emotionally.
Okay. What did Sushi A say to Sushi B?
What did Sushi A say to Sushi B?
Wasabi!
Wasabi.
Cricket.
Boo! That was the great... You've been booed by the great Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, I think now I know why it says Luna Park next to her name. I think you've just won some passes to Luna Park. Is that right?
Nice.
Yes.
Nice, Swanee. You're off to Luna Park, mate. Do you have kids, Nikki?
I do. I've got an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old.
They've just left home after that
So
joke.
you let them down and yourself down, Nikki.
You have an unlimited... Yes, sorry.
I've called before ages ago to tell a joke, and it wasn't allowed to go on air. Can I tell you guys off air?
Yeah.
Hey, how bad was it? Can we just go with it?
No.
Oh, real bad.
I wouldn't have thought so.
All right, Nikki's
It wasn't. It was like it's not rude, but I wasn't allowed to go on air.
All right.
Probably, if
Move
it's
on,
not
Dana.
rude, then it's probably racist.
Super racist.
Yeah.
You're off to Luna Park, unlimited ride pass, Luna Park, back for fun and making memories this school holidays, you big racist. Okay, let's go to
Lou from Port Melbourne. Lulu.
Good morning.
Are you feeling confident, Lou?
I know. I'm literally just woken up, so I'm not. I'm feeling sleepy.
This is not a good start, Lou.
Okay. Yes, I'm feeling confident.
Good girl. All right, Lulu, let's go.
Why does poo taper off at the end?
I love it already. Why does poo taper off at the end?
So your bum doesn't slam shut.
That was a stinker.
What a shame.
Also, I don't understand it. Can you explain it to me?
Sam, explain it.
No, I don't even...
Geez, you're really engaged in this segment.
What? I've stopped. No,
Take his name out of the segment intro.
Yes, take it out.
Lou,
Lou, can you explain it?
No, it's not supposed to have a meaning. It's one of those, funny, not funny jokes.
I think
Okay.
we've probably found out that it's not funny.
That's all right, Lou.
Lou, you're off to hoyts.com.au. Have extra comfy recliners. It's real good. Go
Just
to
send them
Hoyts.
all to Luna Park at the same time. They all hang out. What do you think of that?
Stacey.
The Vomitron all together.
Vomitron?
It wasn't
I think you'll
the
find it's called the
Gravitron.
Gravitron.
But it should have been called the Vomitron. That was great. The first time you went on the Gravitron, I lost my mind.
I made out with someone on Gravitron.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
Degree of difficulty 400.
I know.
That's
Stacey.
really impressive, Dana.
Good morning.
Hey.
Hi, Stacey.
Hi.
Why don't you have a chat with Stacey, Sam?
Why?
Why not?
It's not worth it, don't worry.
How are you, Stacey?
I'm good, Tanya. How are you?
I'm very well. What's
Are you ready to laugh?
Oh,
Am
no.
I ready to laugh?
it. Just
I'm
hold
always
it
ready
up,
to laugh,
beautiful.
Stacey. I'm a laugher. It's like a laughing boy, like a grinning idiot. I'm like a human hyena.
Do you know what? I think to actually get this segment across the line, maybe you should get in the Mirage, because I think that's probably the funniest thing that's going to happen today.
There you
Get a
go.
what?
Get into the Mirage. That's the prize for this segment. A
Of course it
Mitsubishi
is.
Mirage.
One of the great motorbikes. All right, Stacey.
Good salesman, Sam.
All right, what's your joke, Stacey? Swanee, good to have a chat. That's what I needed. You're right.
Thanks. This is just a pre-warning that Dino might need this joke explained after the fact.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, why was the apprentice nicknamed Foreskin?
Why was the apprentice nicknamed
Good Brownie laughing already.
Foreskin?
He always seemed to disappear when the work got hard.
He always seemed to
a good
disappear when the work got hard.
Now,
Yeah.
as you predicted, I will need a full explanation.
Full explanation.
Not funny. Never call here again.
Can I just say this? I quite enjoyed that.
That was good. Good
It
idea,
was a good one.
Stacey.
I like that. It was a good way to finish.
It's as close as we've got all year to laughing, Stacey.
Was a
so
smile.
that's something.
Stacey's going to explain the joke to us.
No, I don't think she is.
Stacey, would you
Okay.
like... Are you a wine drinker, friend?
Yes, I can be. Absolutely.
Yeah, right, cheers.
6 bottles of wine from Zonzo Estate. Enjoy authentic Italian cuisine paired with the perfect chocolate. Zonzo Estate in the heart of the
What
Arab.
about as soon as Stacey said the word foreskin in the
Yeah.
setup, Brownie's
No.
laughing like,
Oh, no.
mate, you're 12 years
No,
old over there.
I was laughing at Dino because Dino does his thing. He goes,
Nova.
Chrissie Swan, Sam Pang, and Jonathan Brown.
Chrissie's Celebrity Star.
Exciting day today. I didn't know that I was going to wake up and say these words. Harry Styles is touring our fair city.
Hello.
Next year. Hi.
Hello.
I really hope he rips out the sequin jumpsuit that he debuted with Shania Twain at Coachella. That was another very odd sentence to say. The Love on Tour concert is coming to Marvel Stadium Friday, Feb 24. We've got your tickets here after 8:30. So maybe this is my favourite.
It's a good song.
It's a great song. I've just got the hots for him so bad. Here's who I don't have the hots for, Johnny Depp.
Did you ever, though? Back in the day when you was...
Probably 21 Jump Street time.
Younger days,
For
absolutely.
sure. For sure. And that's one of the great theme songs as well, 21 Jump Street. He's taken the stand in his defamation trial against Amber Heard. Have a listen to this. This would drive me crazy.
About 6 years ago, Ms. Heard made
get to the point.
Some quite heinous and disturbing brought these disturbing criminal
Dino, don't
acts against.
Okay, I'm done.
me,
I'm done. I
but,
can't stand it.
Jesus.
I can't stand that.
He's had a few reds over the journey.
Oh, yes.
Well, amongst other
You know what?
things.
You know what his lawyers should do? They should write him a script and get him to learn the lines. Do you know what I mean? Like, to get him to. You're playing.
Put the earpiece in like Bruce Willis.
He's like that's worse than De Niro not off script. You know what I mean?
Very
bad.
Some of
those actors, mate, they're no good.
His brain must be rattling around in his head like a rotten walnut in a shell.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Guy Montgomery, a New Zealand comedian with a fantastic name. It's so good he's used it twice in the name of his show, in which you can see Guy Montgomery by name, Guy Montgomery by nature at the Victoria Hotel tonight until Sunday. Tickets at comedyfestival.com.au. Here's Guy.
We're already laughing, Guy, because right before the mics went live, you quickly said into the microphone, good luck, guys, just have fun with it.
You won me straight away.
I just think, well, it's a good idea, isn't it? If we just relax and be ourselves, the listener will relax, they'll feel like themselves. It just sets a great tone.
100%. It is a great name, Guy Montgomery.
Yeah, I can't take a huge amount of credit for it, but I do wear it well.
Have you liked it your whole life?
Yeah, when I was like 6 or 7, one of the other boys in the locker room put a little hat on the U by way of bullying. So I was, for a day, I was Gay Montgomery. And
timeless.
Good
classic.
Stuff.
Yeah, they got my ass pretty good. But I rubbed it off, and then I was back to Guy.
Okay, great.
I know.
You ever tried that on your one of your posters before your show?
No. I mean, probably some thug, some vandal might toy with my name, but not me.
I'm going to be in the city tonight.
Are you?
And I'm going to have a Posca in my pocket.
Okay.
And I'm going to vandalise any posters I see.
I'm going to film you, and I'm going to release it on social media and say Chrissie Swan's homophobic, and you'll get buried, Swan. You'll be gone.
I'll get cancelled.
Hey, I like your podcast. And just have a listen to this. So, Guy does a podcast called The Worst Idea of All Time, and one of the day you do it with a guy called Bat.
Tim Bat, also
yes.
a great name. Two of the great names.
So Guy and Bat filmed a pilot in New York for their podcast. They lived in an abandoned New York City subway station, ate nothing but pizza and watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 times a day for
Dino's
5 days.
That is a dream. You're stealing his moves.
Well, sorry, Dino. No, it was the podcast was like we'd review a bad movie, the same bad movie every week for a year. And then we stumbled into an opportunity to film it, to capture it, moving pictures. And the premise was to visualize it. We thought we'd invent method film reviewing. So we dismissed the history of film criticism. We say, to truly review a movie, you've got to eat, sleep, live, breathe the movie. That's why we're down here. And we did it. And we got there. And they found this where we were going to do it. No, so this is where you'll be sleeping, and then the hotel's over the road. And we were like, no, we've always had much more integrity than talent. And we said, no. We're in here now, and we were for the week. It was awful.
I love this. The first movie I ever saw at the movies was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was the original one.
I thought you were going to say Grown Ups too, which would have been even more remarkable.
Yeah.
Tony Martin told me about your podcast a long time ago.
Oh.
About these 2 guys that are reviewing the same movie every week.
Yeah.
Why Grown Ups? Why did you pick Grown Ups 2? I know I'm sure it's a question you were going to ask.
It's basically we were sort of trying to think of the right level of movie, something that's like is not making any effort to be good. It's just sort of thrown together. And
the one with Chris Rock,
David Spade. Like you can see how it got made. They showed them the movie poster, and they're like, people are going to see that.
Yeah.
And so we were going to do Grown Ups. Then we were like, well, if we're going to do a bad movie, it's funnier a movie that shouldn't have been made. It's funny to do a sequel to the movie that shouldn't have been made. And we of course hadn't seen Grown Ups, so it was really difficult to get your head around without the context of the setup. you got to imagine there were maybe children in the first film.
How many times have you seen Grown Ups too?
I over 50, obviously over 52. But
Oh, my God.
It's been,
It's like Bill Simmons got a great podcast, The Rewatchables, but he does, they review a film once.
Yeah.
But you do the Rewatchables over and over and over. in the same episode.
He's got what I call a glamour podcast.
Do you remember long strings of dialogue?
Yeah, there are certain turns of phrase that are like embedded permanently in my brain. And I'll hear something adjacent to it in the real world and I'll think, that's like, but there's only one other guy who's with me on that. It's no good.
You need Tim with you to roll out there.
Yeah, but I mean, Tim and I can't spend any time together. Like I've got a Pavlovian response to anything he sends me. I think, this guy.
And we should mention too, in the New Zealand version of Have You Been Paying Attention, you're a semi-regular on that.
Yeah.
How's it go over there?
Well, the thing is, I make a real point of paying attention. So I'm an outstanding guest. I'm across everything.
Really, that's nice.
Yeah. I play it straight. I play it to win.
So for you, the answer to have you been paying attention is yes, I have.
And that's the annoying thing is when they'll set up the show, I'll always say yes. Haley can't get a word out. I'm just saying yes. Yes,
Hayley's the host, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
The
And
Tommy, please.
everyone plays it straight. I mean, there's no jokes. The whole thing's just information based. We've totally tanked the format.
Are we ever going to get a crossover? We're going to parachute our man Sam Pang into the New Zealand version at any stage?
No, if anything, the guy is more likely to come over here, hopefully, and be on our show.
What have you got against New Zealand, Sam?
Everything. The whole
concept, the premise.
I can't wait to get
I'd love
over
it,
there.
mate. I'd love it, but I'd love it to. Is it? Are the borders open?
Yeah,
the borders
yes.
open yet?
I'm here, aren't I?
No, I know that
you
you're.
go.
Guy, we're out of time, man, but this has been amazing.
I've seen you perform live and you're amazing.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I recommend going to this show.
I
if you
appreciate
can possibly get into town.
Google the unforgettable name Guy Montgomery or go to comedyfestival.com.au and hit him up at the Victoria Hotel. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Jonathan, are you going to talk about that lady from Morney's funeral?
I was on Saturday's paper in the Herald Sun. Alice Costa wrote an article about this lady. I thought, geez, she looks familiar. Her name is Cara Pilker, and the reason she looks familiar because this is the lady. She's known as the gate crasher. This is the lady that I escorted into Warney's memorial at the MCG.
Tell us that story from the beginning. I love this.
So I get to the MCG a little bit late. Dino and myself, fortunate enough to have floor tickets. So we're out in the arena and Dino was already there and I rang Dino. I said, where are you? And he said, go in the members stand, the gates, and then you walk in and find an elevator, go down to the basement level and then walk out on the field.
Yeah.
So I get to the elevator and as I'm in the elevator and the doors are about to shut, a lady hops in and she goes, where are you going? And I said, I'm going down onto the arena. And she said, I am too, but I'm a little bit lost. Now, I should have clicked on this because in her next breath she said, I used to work here at the MCG. And I thought, well, that wouldn't make sense, would it?
Gee, she's really committed. She's really committed.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very strong with, I'm going where you're going.
Yeah.
I used to work here.
More front than Maya.
More
This
front.
is a woman, can I interject at this point, who does not have a ticket
Does not have a ticket.
to where she's going.
So then we go down to the basement one, and then I said, look, I know the quick way out here, and then walk past the rooms a couple of times. I said, I've been out this exit a couple of times. She said, I know you have, Jonathan. You used to be a big fan. Yeah, she didn't say that. I just made a
Okay,
sure. So we walked up the players' race at the MCG, out into the arena, walked around on the AstroTurf all the way until I had this sort of like a carpet to the centre part of the arena.
Are you coming across any human obstructions at the moment? Do you know what I mean in terms of a ticket being required or who was that with you, Brownie?
No, I got to the usher. We met a couple of ushers and they said, where are you going, Brownie? I said, I'm going out onto the arena. We're going to the floor. And they said, just walk around that way. So a couple of ushers led us through. We had a very cordial conversation with Cara, and then as we got to the seats and I saw Dino, I go, there's my friend Dino, are you okay? And Cara goes, oh yes, I'm sitting over here to the left. I was on the right. And then,
Wait, can I just make a point before you go on?
Yes.
This is exactly what Jonathan did at the Super Bowl. effectively.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a woman after your own heart.
I'm the Cara Pilker of the American Super Bowl.
So then somebody snapped you with her on the ground and said, "Did you know who this person is? We're trying to work it out."
That's right, and it was someone. It was on the Herald Sun photographers. Unbeknownst to me, they were doing a big double-page spread. She has got a double-page spread in Saturday's paper about all the events that she has been able to get herself into. She is known as the Gatecrasher.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Is there any purpose? Has she got what's the mission? What's she trying to achieve by all this? Or is she just a pest?
She did used to work at the MCG. She had to look after the Queen at one stage and had to fill up her the Queen's little
the gin.
Mate, she was short. The Queen had the Commander in Chief on her, and she had to fill up the Commander with extra gin because the Queen, she likes a little tipple under the table.
Did Cara say that though, or is that true?
Yeah.
No, this was checked off by the by Alice Costa, who wrote the article. So she's been to all these different events. So we're going to have to get her on. Can we get her on at some stage? Can we track her down, Victoria?
No,
and ask her, because look at some of the people. She's met Channing Tatum, Nicole Kidman, Ruby Rose, Delta Goodrum.
Chris Hemsworth's one of her favourites. I saw her in the city. I spotted her and took a sneaky photograph. Yeah. And I sent it to Hollywood Jack.
Is she a hero or a villain?
I was going to say, by the way, if she gets on the show, she'll talk her way into the building. Absolutely. Vic won't even have to go and get her. Can I have a look? Can I have a look at her?
She sat with during the funeral, because this episode about us walking in is in there. I got to mention here.
Did you?
How I let her in.
How do you reckon he found?
She can thank Jonathan Brown for getting her into Shane Warne's memorial, and then she went on to sit beside Mick Gatto.
My God!
What about you though? What a putz! She just took you for a ride. Walked you all the way to your seat.
Well, she walks in. She targets people like the targets wait staff or the elderly security guards, because most of them are blind. She said. or old has-been footballers.
He took you. Can I have?
There you go.
Hey, and you saw? What do you mean you saw her, Swanee?
I saw her.
If I saw her, would I know her?
Well, I didn't know who she was, and then Jonathan Brown told me off air this story of the photograph of him with her, and I just find her fascinating. And I was in the city last Wednesday, and I was watching a ballerina busker.
Yeah,
and it was very beautiful, by the way. And then I saw her right there watching
at
the
Flemington's famed bird cage. She will hang around waiting for catering staff to turn up so she can walk in behind a trolley of canapes.
Classic move.
I had a mate do that at the bird cage once.
I think she's doing a community service announcement, because really, I wouldn't like to sit next to Mick Gatto. I'd be very, very nervous. So someone has to.
A very cordial conversation between her and Mick.
We're getting her on. This is amazing.
Okay, let's track her down. She'll have some great insights and stories for us.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Probably should have done that. I probably should have heeded your advice vis-a-vis getting away for the school holidays, but I didn't, and it's been a grave error. I started out very strong. You know, we did cool stuff together. It was fun. It's fun. School holidays are fun at the beginning. I did a few interesting things. My kids are a good age. They're mobile. You know, I don't need to pack nappies and all that sort of stuff. It's good. They actually get in the car and there's no booster seats and all that sort of stuff. I'm in the purple patch, if you will.
So this sounds all positive. What happened?
Oh, don't worry. It gets bad. So I started positive, and I took them on a little excursion out to a place in Moorabbin that I've been dying to go to called USA Foods. Have you heard about it?
No.
So I thought outside the square. I thought I could do what everyone else is doing, or I could do something that I'm interested in. So USA Foods have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, it's a full supermarket, everything from America.
Oh.
Guns?
I mean,
guns?
No guns. Weirdly,
that's
no
really.
Guns.
Twinkies.
I know.
Can you get Twinkies there?
Yes.
A Twinkie?
And Baby Ruths and
jalapeno pepper poppers frozen?
Yes. It's really fun. It feels like you're going on a holiday.
Juji fruits?
I would say so, yes.
Junior mints?
Yes, definitely.
Oh.
The goldfish,
Milk
Oreos,
duds?
Milk duds, yep.
Jesus.
Miracle
Whip?
Yes, Miracle Whip.
What's Miracle Whip?
Miracle
What's
Whip
that?
is the greatest, most superior mayonnaise.
Really?
Yeah, and they come in American-sized quantities too. So the Miracle whip, as you so correctly called it, Dino.
Yeah.
It's like in a kilo jar. All the, what are they called? Lucky Charms cereal. All of those things are there.
Whoa.
And it's really fun.
What's it called?
USA Foods.
It's in Moorabbin.
It's in Moorabbin. It's not that far. It's closer than you think.
I've been to Moorabbin. It's a long way.
I was surprised because I thought, oh, God, it'll be such a trek. It was about 15 minutes.
Nah, it's not that far.
Just past
It's
Chatty.
okay, mate.
And,
we can go in there and play golf one day.
and that was super fun. It was super fun. It was super fun for me too because I got a few things that I'd seen on Instagram, like it's like a herb and spice mix called Everything But the Bagel.
Oh, yeah?
And I didn't know where I could find it, and it was there. And I got, when I was in Nashville that time a few years ago, I had the most delicious thing. In America, they're called biscuits, but they're like a shortening scone.
Okay.
They're incredibly delicious, and they've got the mix there, and you just add the buttermilk, and I'm going to do that. So it was really fun, and that killed an hour, and the kids were, so excited by seeing all these.
Were they allowed to, get whatever they wanted?
Whatever they wanted.
Really?
Yeah, like supermarket sweep. They had a trolley.
Is Ian Turpie there?
Well, I played the role of Ian Turpie.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I've been growing my moustache especially. Anyway, that was one really cool, fun thing that I did. And then I took them into the city. We had a city adventure and went in to see the Greatest Magic Show, it's called, at the Spiegel Tent, which was great because comedy festival's on and there is stuff during the day for kids to do. And it was one of those beautiful Melbourne days. It was sunny and we just felt amazing walking through the city. We walked a fair way in so that you really walked over the bridge near the Flinders Street. Yeah. It was just a beautiful day, and then we went out for lunch afterwards.
To?
I can't remember. I knew you were going to ask me that. We went somewhere. It was great. Anyway, yesterday, I'll tell you how this has declined. That was 2 weeks ago. It feels like it was 6 months ago that I had that sort of energy and initiative. Yesterday.
You got out of the blocks early by the sounds of things.
Mate.
So rogue.
Totally vo rogue, and I shouldn't have been. I should have been more like your pigeon-toed hero, your race
Rooster.
What's his name? Rooster.
Finishes strong.
Should have finished strong
in the boat
because yesterday I got home. First of all, I pulled in the garage and I just sat there for a while.
They're not skipping into the house. Yeah, that's all right.
About 10 minutes, just
10 minutes.
10 minutes with my hand on my solar plexus, just breathing. Just breathing. Because
that's a long time, by the way. I'm just going to let you. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, it was long enough that the lights that come on in the garage turn off.
Whoa.
And then I'm just sitting in my car in darkness with the dog looking at me going, are you getting out or what are you doing?
Sounds like hell.
So I'm just, because it was also raining.
Yeah, no good.
All three of them at home.
Was Murphy on the job at this point?
No, Murphy, no. Yep. Although me in the garage weirdly aroused him. So later on I saw him with Cog.
Yeah.
But I breathed for a bit and then I came home, walked in. Hi, everyone. Pretending. And and then I was desperately thinking of things that I needed to do that I could maybe turn into something fun. And I eat a lot of apples and I'd run out of apples and I thought I'm gonna get some apples. That's gonna be my my event for the day is getting apples. And so I said to my 10-year-old, why don't you put on some shoes and we're going to go to the wonderland that is the Apple shop, the Apple store. And he's like, yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. All in.
Really?
You have never seen a 10-year-old put his shoes on quicker. But he thought we were going to the Apple store. And when I turned up at the greengrocer and said, grab a trolley and just pick, 6 avocados that aren't going to be completely dead by tomorrow.
Where are the iPads?
There was no iPads.
You want to check your garage, boy? That 10-year-old might be in it.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
How about some tropical stuff?
What? It's back for this term?
Yeah,
really?
I want it. I want it bad. I want it so bad.
Heard the show before. I like to give a sense of the day with some topical/tropical news.
Otherwise, how would people know what day it is?
Just from Ash Gardner every half an hour? Wouldn't have thought so.
Well, actually...
Just phoning it in, by the way. Just reading off it. I got some hard-hitting editorial stuff here.
That's truer today than any other day because even yesterday I thought
What?
it was Monday and it was Tuesday.
Do I have to start with the date and the day?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, the 20th of April.
Wednesday, April 20th. I'm giving you the day and the date. It's 8:22.
I'm going to say
Hope you're
that
having a great morning, everyone.
That is going to be helpful to at least one person. 13 24 10. If it was news to you
It's bumper to bumper on the
that
telephone.
it's Wednesday, the 20th of April, please give us a call.
Probably
It's
not, by the way.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. All right, it's Wednesday.
That's good tropical stuff. You could end it there and you've won.
What
You're
about this?
ahead.
This is breaking news. There's a hot air balloon that's gone down in Elwood.
Saw that.
Now, I say that with a smile because everyone's fine.
You remember when the hot air balloon went down just outside in the car park here of IKEA?
I've always thought about this, Swanee. What if you're not in Elwood? If you're not either in the balloon or near the balloon?
Yeah.
Why does that matter? Why is that news?
If someone gets killed, it is.
Yeah,
Or gets seriously injured.
No, but if there wasn't. Everything's
What do
fine.
you mean? Why is that news?
It's interesting.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't believe they don't go down more often, Swanee. Those balloons.
Pictures on news.
Fire, wicker.
That's the sort of news that I want to hear.
That a hot air balloon went down, and I can arrange it for you every day.
I'm very interested in that.
There's pictures on our
Because there's
Instagram.
a sense of jeopardy every time you see a hot air balloon.
It's
You
just a
always-
humble basket in the sky.
It's a creaking basket. I mean, it's a miracle.
What about this one? Brazil versus Argentina.
Yeah.
At the MCG, June 11, in a pre-World Cup friendly.
Exciting.
Swanee, there's word, as there always is when these things get announced, that Lionel Messi and Neymar will be playing. This means that Lionel Messi may be returning to his spiritual home in Bandura when him and last time he was out, the Argentinians.
Were
had
you
to train.
excited about this?
Yeah.
God, Leo.
If these two,
Ole, get us tickets, Mum. Ole.
that's the thing.
What's that even mean?
How old is I know your kid? That kid that you just described then, or gave an impression on, sounds 24. But how old is he?
He's 13.
Yeah, so he would be. There'd be a lot of people excited that Argentina and Brazil are coming to the.
Pretty cool to go.
Melbourne.
Expecting 95,000 if those two play.
Yeah, so that would be big news.
Leo was so funny last night. God. I just remembered he was playing guitar.
Yes.
And then he goes, that hurt my fingers.
And you said,
I laughed
that
all
hurt,
night about it.
That hurt my ears. Is that what you replied with?
My fingers.
COVID restrictions set to be relaxed in Victoria.
Yes. Thank God.
The government will tick off ending the vaccinated economy, and so you'll be able to.
So you can go to restaurants if you're not vaccinated. That's one thing.
That's right, and there's no, you don't have to check in your vax status, and also the big one is that close contacts
Yes.
that currently need to isolate for 7 days. That will be gone.
That will be gone.
That's the one.
I've
That's
done
the
that.
grip.
Brownies wanted that.
It's a
Brownies
very-
wanted that for a long
It's
time.
a very good point. So, for instance, you know, just because someone in your house has got it, if you don't have it and you rapid test every morning, carry on.
Absolutely.
Complete waste of time,
Yeah.
that is.
Is this a win for anti-vaxxers?
Nah.
I don't know. What are we? It's a we're
They
overnight.
will think it is. They think they've
they
outlasted
will.
policy.
They think a lot of things. Dustin Martin is back in Melbourne in training. That's good news.
Great news for your Richmond supporter. They desperately need him.
Jeez, they would have sent the signal up like the bat signal,
they
wouldn't
would.
they? The last few.
Well, Brodie,
weeks?
Nova's own, Nathan Broad,
No,
was in
absolutely.
yesterday.
They got him.
And he said that he'd had no contact with him.
Yeah.
So
that's tight.
Brodie was very helpful when it came to Dusty
Oh, I thought
Martin.
he said that he'd sent him some love and he got some love back. I thought that was a beautiful exchange.
He got a love heart emoji or a thumbs up emoji.
Well, that's good enough.
Something.
Fact check.
It's more than I get from Sam.
I don't know what I said, but he hasn't. He's not training at Richmond. He was seen training at a gym in Port Melbourne.
That's
so
right.
maybe he's going to play in the VFL for Port Melbourne. Who knows? Who knows? It's the way it's
We'll
going.
take
though. The other news: a Crowded House's Australian tour has been postponed after Neil Finn caught COVID. I know you went to a concert recently, didn't you?
I went not last Friday, the Friday before. It was like going to the best kind of church.
Geez, there were some people there outside. I
And
came out of
everyone
work.
knew the words. It was just, I might try and clip some up for you in Goss.
No new stuff?
Yeah, a bit of new stuff, but it's Neil Finn, so it's excellent.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
What was
Yeah.
it? Name one of his new songs you loved.
Oh, no, I can't.
No, of course not.
No, I didn't listen to any of them again, but they were beautiful. And also, what I got out of it was this. if you're a creative person or if you, like, have a passion, keep doing that passion until you can't do it anymore. He's in his mid-60s and he is on fire, active and loving life and, you know, contributing.
It's good.
So good.
I'm glad you finished that because if you just stopped early, it would have been like, just keep going right till the end. Like I saw Neil Finn, he's cooked, but he's still out there having a go.
Yeah.
No, just the opposite, Sammy.
But there is a difference because Meatloaf, you could argue, is doing the same thing. But the quality of his songs are great.
I'll just finish with Carlos Braithwaite is a West Indian cricketer and he was playing in a lower level domestic T20 game. Swanee, I only mention it because
Daryl's illegitimate son.
That would be a fair effort from Braithwaite, by the way.
Yeah, Daryl went to watch the Aussies tour the West Indies back in the early
25
90s.
years ago.
Yeah.
This is West Indian all-rounder Carlos Braithwaite representing... he's playing in a T20 game, and he's 33 years old, right? So Daryl was... check the rec. Check where he was.
Picturing Daryl getting loose at a Barbados bar in 1992.
And then, whoop, there's baby Carlos.
This is not going to be worth it, but he did. I just want to point out he got the dismissed first ball, golden duck, right? Yeah. Old school golden duck.
How good's a golden duck?
It's great. I tell you what would be even worse. Well, it's a bad day if you're a batsman. If you go out for a golden duck, it's a bad day, Swanee.
Okay.
What about when he not only did he go out for a golden duck, his car was stolen. Why does that make me laugh? It's the golden duck and your car's been stolen as well.
So is he walking home just dragging his bat?
like the duck. Anyway, there you go.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast. Georgie Tunny, a journalist and Chrissie Swan's new work colleague at the project while they're filling in for Gary. She's also recently engaged to one of our favourite human beings ever, Robert Mills. Watch the project 6:30 p.m. Sunday to Friday on 10. Here's Tunny.
Well, Tunny.
Thank you. What an intro.
Oh, do you love that most people call you Tunny and not Georgie?
Yes, and do you know what? That is completely a Robert Mills thing.
Is it?
Yeah, everyone on my side of our little collaboration calls me George, and then everyone on his side, Tunny.
Tunny.
Yeah, I was always Chrissie, and then Brownie started calling me Swanee, and now everyone calls me Swanee, and I love it.
Oh, I should start calling you Swanee.
You can if you want.
Now that we're besties at work.
Chrissie's fine.
It's just, makes sense.
How are you enjoying the time on the project?
I'm loving it. Loving it. Yeah, it's so good. I mean, we've talked about it before. The team there is just so nice. Like, they're so lovely. They're great at what they do. They make it super easy and welcoming when you come in, so it's not too terrifying, even though, you know, you're talking to some of the more influential people in the country, but it just, everything, you can breathe and it's all right. At least so far.
Big guest last night as well. I was just flicking over channels last night watching the kids. Who'd you have?
John Batiste, 5-time Grammy Award winner, and also you probably know him, he's the musician on the Stephen Colbert Report. So he's like the late night.
He's a beautiful man.
He's cool.
Beautiful man. I was saying to Brownie, it's literally, he just makes you feel so insufficient in every single sector of your life because he's so talented at everything, like everything. And he was damn lovely. So I was like, another area, like he's just beautiful.
I had to flick it over. It's too good.
He's the biggest, not the biggest, but you do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's right. And Swanee, you do Monday.
I do Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Swanee
Tuesday,
does
Wednesday,
Monday.
and I do Monday.
Who does Thursday?
I think Lisa and Hamish.
It's Lisa and Hamish, yeah.
Who's the biggest name you've talked to so far in the new role?
Oh, I mean, John Batiste was pretty good, but I did talk to the Kardashians last week. So by default, probably them.
Tunny, is it unpredictable who you get excited about? Because we meet Flash people all the time, but then the other night I saw Billy from Melrose Place out in front of my
The great Andrew Shue.
and I was flipping out.
Oh, definitely. It'd be weird for me because I still never met him, but because I started my career in sports journalism and I grew up in Brizzy and I just love sports so much, if I ever was in the same room as Darren Lockyer, I'm not sure what will happen.
She's a bit flat there, Brownie.
No, I know. Sorry, Brownie.
I really thought thought that was going to be Jonathan Brown.
I know, what a lead up, what a build up.
Big build
It's
up.
Lockie, Brownie, I'm sorry.
Darren Lock- So when you were doing all that stuff, were you even aware that he played for
We
Brisbane?
do sound a little bit similar.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can do it, Darren Lockie.
No, you
impersonation.
do. You do.
Everyone loves Lockie, though.
Yeah,
Up
everyone.
there.
Yeah, but I'm just
Everyone.
curious about the impact that
Yeah,
say,
I used
Brisbane
to go.
Lions
I used
and
to go to
Bra-
the game, the three-peats. I used to go to the games, and I had little cubbies on, and I was like in the crowd.
Probably number 16 on her back. Who knows?
Was that Darren Lockie's number?
He's number 6.
Okay, sorry.
Tunny,
sorry.
were you surprised when you found out that it would be me, as well as you, a proper news reader, a news hound and journalist, filling in for Carrie on the project? Because I was surprised.
You were surprised.
I was
were
surprised.
you?
Yes, I was like,
I was not
I
at
got
all.
it. It's me and Tunny, and Tunny's a proper person.
Does it cheapen it a bit, Tunny?
Definitely doesn't cheapen it. Do you know what I think? I think you're the perfect
does.
fit because no, it doesn't. It doesn't because
It does.
You reflect all of Australia and our viewers. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you can come at it from a point of view where they're like, hang on, what's this? Break it down for me. Whereas I think that lots of people in the journalism industry get caught up with like the bubble.
You're right.
that
A house mum that can't stand her kids.
Relatable.
You're back in the school
Relatable.
holidays.
I don't want to get into a fight with you, right? But when did you start studying journalism? How old were you?
I was 18.
18.
Yeah.
And so what, 3 or 4 years at university?
4.
A cadetship somewhere?
Yes.
At ABC, toiling your craft?
Yep.
And you finally reached a great job in your profession where
Yeah.
you get to sit at the desk
Yeah.
next to Waleed
Yeah.
and read the auto cue.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Swanee is doing that and didn't do
Actually,
all
you're
those
right.
things that you did.
You're right. It's absolute bullshit. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Give me your CV right
I
now.
tell you what, I am a gun on the auto cue,
Hey,
and I'm
you-
about
well,
to
you'd wanna
show
be.
Tunny. I'm going to show Tunny
Here
now.
we go.
Just read the screen. Be smooth. Be clean. Teleprompter gang.
Oh, yes.
What a tune.
What a
You should
tune.
release that.
Dino
should,
singing.
Release that.
One of my
Release
superpowers is reading the auto cue.
Well,
There you go. I said
okay.
it.
Okay.
And
Big
it's also
call.
one of your superpowers,
Well, I've not made that call.
but it's
we'll
your
see.
actual job.
Well, yeah, but I do ad-lib a lot. Like, I just, make things up a lot of the time. When I was at ABC, because I used to write my own scripts and everything, sometimes if the deadline was too close, I'd just have to go from memory because there'd be nothing there. And then it's like, oh,
When you,
fine.
That's impressive.
when you made it up, was there just a natural left wing bias, or did you do? were you making it up?
objective
and then-
always,
yeah,
Sam Payne.
okay.
Objective always, Sam
Objective
Payne.
All right, so we're going to play the teleprompter game, Georgie. On that big ass screen in front of you, you'll have a
which
script
one?
very soon. Swanee's going to go first.
I'm gonna go first.
Today, you guys will be reading ads. Okay, you're going to be doing advertisements.
Okay. Oh, different from an ABC, Jen.
Okay.
The only rule is just really have a lot of smiling in your voice.
Sure.
And at the end, we'll judge who's the better Carrie Bickmore.
Great.
Okay, great.
Fantastic.
Great.
Swanee, you're first.
Hi there, it's me, Chrissie Swan. I'm very excited to announce that I'm the new face of tax evasion. I've joined Wesley Snipes, Nicolas Cage and Ja Rule
Murder!
on a mission to avoid paying tax forever. Whether it's under your mattress or you own a pet store, there are plenty of ways to avoid giving up your hard-earned cash. To avoid the ATO like a pro... What about I say this? To avoid the ATO like a PRO,
Whoa.
subscribe to chrissieswan.com.au and remember, if you care, never declare.
That's good.
Oh, very good.
I need to point out,
Well done.
you did not miss
Yeah.
a word.
Thank you.
In saying that, that did
You've added
seem.
words,
it
though.
did seem. That's true. Added word. Did
added
seem,
words.
It's a bit slow.
Did seem a bit slow.
I
wasn't it?
agree.
All right. Oh,
The degree of difficulty
Okay.
was not there.
It was 1 out of 10.
Sorry, that's my alarm. Who cares? Now, Tunny, you're also doing an ad.
Okay.
You ready
and
to
I'm
roll?
up there? Okay.
Yeah. Off you go.
Got it. All right.
Go.
Good morning, Melbourne. I'm Georgie Tunny, and I'm here to talk about something very close to my heart. Handguns. Since I legally bought a handgun, life has become hassle-free. I've said goodbye to blowflies, hello to people from the country, and if no one acts like a hero, no one gets hurt to fellow bank patrons. I'm Georgie Tunny. Consider handguns today.
Whoa!
I would buy one. I would buy one from
Sign
Georgie
me up
Tunny.
for a handgun.
You were both perfect. I thought.
Draw.
Both good. I mean, it would make sense for us.
It would make sense.
Work besties.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
We did a photo shoot, and I kept on looking at the photographs, and I go, We look related. There's something weird going on. Of course, you're 200 years younger than me. But I love seeing you on the project. Watch beautiful Georgie Tunny tonight. You are an absolute joy. And I just love that you're going to be in this industry for the next 700 years.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Welcome.
I am actually immortal, so yeah, get used to me.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
If you're free on Sunday morning, I'm going to be running the TAN. Walking the TAN. Because I don't run. Pussies are too big, too old.
Yeah.
But I will walk it to raise money and awareness for mental health. All the big charities, Sam, that you did ask me to list off, like Black Dog Institute, Beyond Blue, Lifeline, Are You OK, etc. All the big ones that do so much amazing work. It's very good to move your body.
Yes.
And if you want to join me for a little wander, it's going to be amazing. I'll probably have a takeaway coffee. Like, that's the level of it.
Beautiful.
It's going to be an
Conversational
absolute
pace.
joy. Conversational pace.
Hugs in play?
I'm not into huffy puffy.
What time?
It's around 10. But you can go to the because
I
I know
only
you
asked-
think that's very funny, but I don't know what time it is. but-
Yesterday,
That's pretty funny.
Yesterday it was funny
not
because
that
Brownie
funny.
asked you 5 times
Yes.
because not picking up or either deciding that he knew
I know,
that
but
you
there's
didn't know.
thousands of
people.
people, and it's a special organisation thing, and you've got to be there at certain times and wait for this and that and registration, which you wouldn't know about because you do nothing for charity or for listeners.
I believe that's shots fired.
That is
I drink for charity.
absolutely true. Go to the website, novafm.com.au for more information. That's not the boring details that Sam insists on me sharing now. What you need to know is put your morning aside, get some fresh air. Brownie informs me it's going to be 19 degrees and beautiful.
You're nice.
Jane Barth.
And you'll be there, Brown?
He may not. He may not, but it doesn't
I've got
matter.
kids' footy.
Yeah.
I know. Don't worry.
At least I don't even.
Brownie, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to be there. I will be there. This is my thing. I don't expect you guys to be there.
I don't
It's
even.
fine.
But yeah, good. You should not expect. I don't even
I didn't.
pretend. But the big fella's like, yeah, it's a great thing. Get in there. You going? Nah, I'm not going.
Yeah, but he's got kids. You
I'll get
don't.
commitment.
Yeah. Get online, novafm.com.au, follow to the win page, and then you register your interest there. It's all got to be official. You'll find out the times in a way that's less
If
boring.
you don't know,
The kids wasn't my choice, okay? I'm just going to say now.
Yeah.
They've been an impediment, but anyway.
Also, I want to be supportive. If you don't know how far the tan is, it's 3.8 to 4 at the most. You can do this.
And that sounds a lot if you don't walk much. I get it. You know, 2 years ago I was like, what? But it'll be slow and it's easy and we'll talk and it's not about punishing yourself. It'll be really an amazing morning.
There you go.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.